Hey, yo, it's Guido coming at you with a Tactics Talk. Thanks for tuning in on this episode. I am in my Black Dog M4190 GF Tier 8 German light tank. Top tier in a 357 on Winterberg, spawned into the south spawn. You can see I've headed into the city. It's been a while since I've featured my patented heavy light tank in the city action. This one's titled Harassing Passives, and we're going to discuss a little bit about passives. This is something I talk about quite a bit, passive players. Even players who know where their initial spot are and are passive from there because they don't really understand the game and what they're supposed to do. Once they get to that initial corner or spot where they know that's where you go, exactly what they're supposed to do past that really starts to escape them. Also, they don't quite understand that lots of tanks can go to these certain places. It just depends on what the enemy is doing and how you react from there. So I'm going to take the Black Dog, which is quite combat effective as long as it can avoid getting hammered by KV2s and such. You see that I actually went to heat like a dummy, and then I shoot that down like a dummy, and then this guy almost gets away here. So ideally I'd just sit there with whatever I got, and I got the KV2 trying to push in. Now I know that 3485M is going to take a while to come around the corner. I'm just trying to get one more shot on somebody, but here he comes, so we'll wait. I'll just get zoomed in, and I'll miss him because I'm bad. And he just loses his mind. Unknown why. Put a shot on him, and down he goes. And I'm coming here. Would have liked to have not been shooting my heat. I sort of expected to see something like that show up more or less first, but the stupid Crusader's in there. Put a shot onto the KV2, and now I'm going to go around the corner because the Crusader is down this road based on the direction I got hit from, and I'm pretty safe right there. I may get splashed, stunned or something, and I'm just going to wait for a while because passives, they're still going to be there. They're not going anywhere. There they are. There's the passives. Just sitting there, staring, zoomed in on that one spot, and I'm able to come around and get a shot. Why? Because I know what they're doing, and they think they know what I'm doing. And that gives me an advantage. I'm going to change my position. So this is something that passives don't do, and this is something that somebody who wants to harass passives will do. I'm going to come around here, and we got a KV4 completely overextended, getting absolutely schwammered by the T28. Looking at me, I'll just back up. Using the T28 as cover, there he goes. Somebody's shooting at him. Looks like a artillery or something. I have a little bit of trouble aiming where I want to go, and I accept a crummy shot. Hit him on the top heavy armor, and somebody else kills him. There we go. And now I'm going to turn around. Oh, artillery hits between us. My friend. A little shake off. Shake my head right there. And we've got the AT7. This is probably one of the dumber ideas I had. I'm going to come around here, and I think I'm going to try to snipe the cupola of the AT7, and that's just going to be a losing proposition because he's going to have a better time hitting me than I am hitting him. And in fact, I hit it, but do not go through. So alright, let's just leave that. Let's go find a passive somewhere else. As I always say, there is a point at the battle where you start to realize that the cascade is beginning, and it's about right here. It has a lot to do with positioning, but if you look at it, we've got the upper little town handled. We got them handled down here as well, at least stuffed for the moment. So this is where it's going to start to be a massive collapse for these guys. And I've got 1,300 damage, and I need to be aggressive and get in here and get some more damage. So there's no sense sitting back there and being passive yourself. Hey, look, there's somebody to shoot. Pop one into him. Reload, reload. He puts his side to me. He goes dark. Well, just thank you very much. I knew he was not going anywhere because he's a passive. Didn't have any plan. He got there and he had no plan. Okay, there's this guy. Shot into him. And I'm going to get out of the way of the Tiger 2. What I was really hoping is the Tiger 2 would get in there, side scrape, accept a little bit of HE damage, or even just push out and accept the HE damage and get his damage. But he's a passive, right? He doesn't understand that this game is essentially over, and all this maneuvering and goofing around with his full hit point Tiger, all that's doing is keeping him from getting any more damage. Alright, so I accept it. I just tired of the Tiger 2 futzing around right there, so I'll just go in and I'll get my damage. He misses. Come back out. Look, there's some of my damage. Thank you very much. T29 had the little gun, which was fine. I realized that. A little late on going right here. I wish I had gone a little bit faster, but no problem. There's a passive. He's at the exact same spot he was. T29 can't hit the broadside of a barn. You do have to be careful because while he's got the smaller gun, it does reload much faster. Hey, look, there's a natural passive. Arty players, they're all passives. Runs into some stuff because unknown what he's doing. He has no idea, trying to get away. Down he goes. And I'm just harassing the passives, right? I realized more faster than probably a lot of my team what was going on. I was aggressive. I got in there. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to say, all right, you know what? I might get hit by this guy, but whatever. I am just going to come out and get my damage. There's another 228. Reload, 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 and boom. Oh, whatever. 4 hit points. Was it lucky? Absolutely. Did I get some more damage? I sure did. Come on, come on. Let me get in there before he dies. Nope, can't do it quite. 3,192, harassing the passives in the middle of the city. 5 kills in a daggum bulldog. And why? Because I was aggressive and I wasn't passive. And when something wasn't working, I went somewhere else and I looked for a shot and I looked for another shot. And every time I was reloaded, I pushed for another shot. Now, as you're learning to do that kind of thing, you are going to suffer mistakes. You're going to overextend. You're going to walk out into shots you didn't know people had on you. All that kind of thing. But as you get better and learn more about it, you're going to be able to do that end game stuff a lot better. And you'll turn a 1,300 damage game where you played okay and you did your part in the city, and you're going to turn that into an end game 3,192. Was this game won because I did 3,192? Probably not. I helped in the city. I got some damage in there, but most of what I did was towards the end harassing the passives, right? So as far as being a team player, I was absolutely there. I executed a bunch of near deads. I got 5 kills. But were they the first 5 kills in the battle? Absolutely not. Harassing passives, man, it's what you got to do. Notice the guys that went to the corner, just to fill in this a little bit more as I spin around. This corner up here where the KV2 was, stacked up 3 or 4 of them, and there was just one bulldog there. Now, I did have friends around the corner, and that is important. But they just all stayed there. And then once they lost a little bit, what'd they do? They turned around like, oh, we're losing. Let's go around this way. And that's fine. That's actually a reaction to what's going on. They did have some guys come around behind them, so that was also probably a good idea. But they didn't really have any plan other than reacting. And reacting's good, but what's the rest of the plan? The plan needs to be to win, not simply react to everything that's going on like a yo-yo, back and forth, back and forth. Sometimes, granted, that's all you can do, because it's just the situation you find yourself in. But more often than not, what I see out of people is they just don't have any good idea of what to do after they get to their initial position. They know that corner's good. They know you side scrape, you get an echelon, all that good stuff. But when it's time to get out of that corner, when it's time to push, when it's time to take a shot in order to get your team around the corner, most people don't get that. All right, guys, hope you liked what you saw. Hope you learned something. If you did, make sure you subscribe, and we will see you.